Hey, so we're gonna be making a mask on live stream because I don't want to make like 10 separate videos of the process because that's not really as helpful as it should be. So I'm just gonna show you guys like how to make a basic mask. It's not that hard, probably like $10 to make a mask. So I've made quite a few of these. I will show you guys the finished product because why not, right? They look like this afterwards. They work really well. They're like straps because I know the ear things hurt people. So we do straps because, you know, that doesn't hurt as much. So first you take 2 pieces of fabric. We measured ours based on, you know, what we wanted. And you take them and you face them. Each of them have their face in. So you line them up so they are, you know, good. And then you just sew them all the way down. You start in the middle when you're sewing because you have to leave a hole to be able to flip it right side out. And the reason you start with this, like with the color part facing in, so when you flip it out, the color's on it. And it hides all the sew marks and all that, so it's not as ugly. This doesn't like absolutely prevent it because we're not like adding a filter in there or anything. But this is like, you know, if someone coughs on you, it's less likely to, you know, harm you. Also, sorry if the thread gets stuck or something. I'm not very good at this. So yeah, you start in the middle and you just kind of work your way down. Then you go all the way around. So we're going to start with that, make sure it's all lined up. And then we will just sew. I'm on a chair and the pedals on the ground for some reason. So, you know, a little hard. So I'm moving it on a bucket. Makes it easier. Also, sorry if it's loud in here. We have a lot of fish tanks in here. My siblings are really loud, you know. Life just be hard like that. All right, so I'm gonna take this and make sure that these strings are, you know, back away. And we'll just start in the middle at some point. It doesn't really matter where. It honestly doesn't have to be the middle. You just have to be able to leave a hole at the end to be able to flip it inside out. Put this down. Then we will just sew. So what you guys saw me do there, where I push this down, to make sure the thread doesn't come out at all, we go forward, backwards, forward, just really quick, so like it's not, you know, the string doesn't come out. You can wash these masks. And then we twist it a bit, just to kind of get it as close to the edge as possible. And then you just lift this up, and you turn it on there. You leave the needle in it, like you leave it in it, so you can turn it without it, you know, getting all gross, and it works really well. And you only have to go forward, backward, forward when you're going to the end of the thread. So you don't have to do it right now. Like you can just. So far, none of us have got hurt with this. So, well, I got hurt with it. I had my finger too close to this piece, and it like hit me when I was going. So you know, all right. Then you just twist the needle in there, one more side, and then we're all good. Now, I do have a bunch of these already made over there, but I figured it's not much of a tutorial if I don't show you guys how to do it, so, you know. All right, last side. Alrighty. And then we just make sure this is up all the way. We pull it out, obviously, and then cut it. And I'll show you guys the final product. Sorry, I'm just making sure no one comes home because that'd be kind of awkward. Okay, well, my mom's home, but you know. All right, so that's the final product. That's how it should look. Obviously, we'll be cutting any we don't. Actually, you don't actually have to cut these strings because you're flipping the mask inside out, so the strings are all on the inside. So see how I left this hole here? So I started sewing right here, and I went all the way around, and I stopped sewing here. So see how I have this hole? You need that hole because you have to be able to turn the mask inside out or right side out because it's already inside out. So this part's kind of hard. Not super though. It's pretty, it's simple enough if you make the hole big enough. If you make it small, there's a problem. Now you're like, oh, I got a ball. What? You got to be able to stick something in there to get all the edges all evened out and, actually looking like a mask. So we're going to do that. It kind of reminds me of like those hats you wear in like a hospital, like the little beanie hats thing. I don't know. It kind of looks like it. Well, it looked like it till I continued to open it. But you get it. I actually had a knife over here the other day that helped me open these edges a bit more, but I don't want to look for that because that's kind of embarrassing. So I'm going to just use this pencil. Because I don't want to use those scissors. Like, those are bad scissors, but, they can still accidentally cut something. And that wouldn't be good. So, you will have to iron this out. I'll show you guys that. There's an ironing board behind me. It's not plugged in, so I will have to plug it in. But that's how it should look when it's all flipped. See how you can't see any of the seam? It looks really nice. I'll show you guys how to fix, the hole will obviously go away. Now, I'm going to plug in the iron because, need that. Okay. Now, while that's kind of heating up, so what you do with this whole thing here that's going on, so we had to make these because the store was out, but these are what's going to go on the borders of it to make the actual tie parts that you saw. So again, with these strings, we'll cut those off. It's not a big deal. But that's what's going to go on the edge and cover this hole and stuff. You'll see, it works out. To make these, we measured it 2 inches across, 49 inches down. That's enough to tie it, and it's big enough to actually put on the rim. And marked it in the middle. So the way to make this really straight, look really nice, because obviously you don't want one side longer than the other. Obviously. So you'll fold the mask in half first that you just made, and this will wash off. You can wash these masks. It's fine. And in the center, you'll just put a little mark there. It's very simple. Just put a mark in the center. And both sides, just to make it, in case, you decide to only use one side, you have a marking on both sides. So you put a mark in the center of the mask. Make sure it's in the exact center, because trust me, the more exact you get it, the nicer it'll look. It's a little hard to write with pencil, so if you have a fabric marker or something, that would make it a lot easier. So yeah, we just mark halfway on the mask. Now, what you would do is when you're sewing it in, see how I marked in the center of this little pencil mark? You'll line up the mark with that, and then both sides will have even amount of string. All right, so that's why I did that. Now that that's done, need to iron this out. It literally takes 2 seconds. It's not a hard job. Sorry, it's not a hard job. You just make sure these edges are out decently well, so you don't make it look super bad. And you just flatten it out. Don't do this if you're a kid. Well, I'm a kid, but I'm a smart kid, Don't do this if you're 2. That's big dumb. Not going to end well. All right, and that should be good. It's flat now. Now, unplug this because safety first. Right. All right, let me move. These are the masks I've already made. Only 5 so far, and it took me a few hours. But now I know what I'm doing, so this should only take 30-ish minutes. All right, now, this is a hard part. I might mess up. Don't crucify me, please. So, right now we're going to take this really long strap, and we're just going to start sewing. First thing you do, so you see how this extra string, right? That looks really gross. So first we're going to cut that. Say bye-bye, And then what we do is, you see this? We fold it in on itself and close it. So then we can sew over it and it looks really neat and, you know, like not bad. So to make this a bit easier, I'm going to poke the needle down into it first so that I can close this down. There's no way for it to get. These were really easy to make. Like I said, we just got a really big thing of fabric, measured out what we need, cut it, and then folded it in half and folded those halves in half to make this little like pocket thing. So now you just sew straight down until you get to your center mark, which is, let me find it. That'd be bad if I, didn't know where it was and sewed too far. Okay, so it's right here. I'm gonna mark both sides just because on this one I flipped it, so like I wouldn't be able to see the center mark really. It's much easier to write on this fabric. Like, see how much better that showed up than right here. You can barely see. It's like a little dark line. So we're gonna do that, and you're gonna sew till like probably gonna leave. So I'm probably gonna stop sewing around this point. So I'll keep my finger there and just sew straight down, and hopefully I don't mess up. All right, don't keep your fingers as close as I put it because we have a protector thing. Makes it to where this needle could only stab me if I put it directly under there as fast as I possibly could. There's a little thing right here that stops that. So, be smart. Okay. See this hole? We're like, ew, that's so gross. There's a hole. Don't worry about it because this little blanket thing is going to just cover that whole thing up. It's preferred to make it a bit easier and just to try and tuck it in as much as possible. Sorry, I keep looking outside. Okay, so that's a bit easier. And if you want to make it even easier, you could obviously sew this first because they're not going to see that part. It's going to be under this, but we're just going to stick with this because obviously I'm not going to undo this whole sewing thing to, sorry, my brother's coming outside. I'm like, don't talk. So we're going to take this and line up the center mark, which are made on the other side, which again, don't want that. Sorry. Okay. So we line up this center mark here. Also, that's where these come in handy. Right here. Sorry if anyone walks inside, by the way. It's a house, people do that. Okay, so you take these pins and you line this up. Sorry, my mom walked in here. She's got a video playing. Anyways, so you line these up, and you can use these pins to hold it in place so they don't move the fabric while you're sewing it, so it's not crooked and the fabric doesn't end up covering the actual mask part. And I'm only putting 3 pins. That just, you don't need like a million of them. It's just enough to hold the white piece against the mask. And try to keep these 2 fabric pieces touching at all times. Otherwise, you're going to get a really crooked mask that looks like that or something. And that would look, bad. So you come here and you just start sewing. But make sure the pin's out because you obviously can't sew over the pin because then that'd be part of the mask. And like, what? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this pin a bit farther so I can actually sew over the mask before I have to take it out. And get it through both the white piece and the mask. Otherwise, it don't work. The whole purpose of it is just voided. Just make sure to keep the mask in there. That is the worst mistake you could possibly make if you just don't keep the mask in there. That's a big boy mistake right there. And you'd regret it, trust me. Take this pin out. Keep going. Again, I might mess this up. Let's hope I don't. This pin out. Make sure it's all flat and level. Alright, should be good. As far as I know, the string's going through. So now we can just keep going to sew this to the very end of it and fold the ends just like we did to the first part. Just try to keep it all level. Can't keep it. Alright, we're gonna fold it now so we don't. Also, I don't know if that's gonna end up being loud on camera, but if it is, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. My life is. Ugh. Alright, cut these strings just like we did to the first side. Fold it in on itself and across. Like I said, please try to keep these fabric pieces touching. Oh yeah, and then we go back forward, of course, to end it. Alright, I pull it across. No issues. Alright. The only issue you might be nitpicky about, if you saw me making faces, it was because I ended up getting very close to the edge. You see, like, the thread, it's all the way up there, and before it was in the middle. Other thing, I did slightly get it a little crooked, so see how it has like this little flap? Try to keep those two pieces touching, otherwise, it doesn't look as good. It's not as aesthetically pleasing. But overall, it's decent. Don't hurt me. All right, so now we do it again to the other side. So both sides have a strap. Obviously, you can't have it on one side. That's kind of weird. So, yeah. Besides that little mess up I did, let's just try to keep these fabric pieces touching. Still very, very new to this. So, let's just try to keep them touching and hope for the best. Now I'm going to make it to where the center piece is showing. So I'm going to sew like this. And make sure these strings, again, are back because I'm really not trying to mess that up. Okay, now we put this down and sew. And just as you go down, just remember to keep it straight. You don't want nothing. Alright, we're going to stop now. Take this part of the mask that doesn't have a white piece. Line up the center. Line up the center with this. So it is aesthetically pleasing. And also you don't want one side longer than the other. Big brain. Line that up. It's a little hard, like I said, which is why you use the pins. It's more helpful than you realize now. When you're actually making them, more helpful. By the way, if you don't know where the supply stuff is, literally you just need fabric. That's literally it. You can make the straps out of the fabric. You can make the masks out of the fabric. Arching, like it's very simple. Put the pins in on through the entire thing. You only need about 3, honestly, but it should work out pretty well. Put a pin through here and sew straight down. Very simple. Take the pins out as you go, and then you can't sew over the pins. Boop. And final one. Okay, this side turned out much better. than the last one. Just gonna say that. Much better. I'm gonna make sure they have touching because I don't want to mess this side up. It looks really good. So let's just try to keep it as good as possible. Don't forget, fold this side in, obviously. Otherwise, stupid. It looked bad. It looked bad. All right, fold that in. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that's supposed to be a joke or if it's supposed to be offensive, but all right. What am I doing with my life? That is a good question. What? Christ, leave if you're going to make comments. Jesus. It's helpful to people or something. I don't know. Christ almighty. Making fun of me. Make me want to cry or something. Jeez Louisa. I don't know if you're being mean or if you're joking, but I don't care at the moment because I'm trying to teach people how to make masks. It's vital. It's vital information. Oh, I can. Dude, okay. Well then. So now you have all this done, and the last part is just folding it. It's very simple. Very simple. That's when I move over there, obviously. Yes. Well, I'm actually doing this video because I don't want to record multiple parts because, I'm a very small YouTuber and I don't want to record multiple parts to it. So I'm going to do a live stream and then upload it there. And then the video can be as long as I want it to be. Okay. So, yeah, it's working. Okay. So, But I'm only 15. Please don't roast me. I have a very big ego that can't take, don't damage my ego, dude. I'm very sensitive, like so sensitive. Like, I'll just start crying right now. I'm not gonna lie. Although I do have extreme social anxiety, so Oh, you said something. See, now I gotta walk all the way over here. That makes sense. I'm gonna walk away. I don't understand that. Dude, just okay. So then you take this and you fold the bottom part up, or the top part up. You fold it like really small though. I'll show a close up of it after I iron it because it will just fall apart if I don't iron it first. So you take this and you fold the top part up. And then you fold the bottom as well. So it makes those bumps like I showed you on the mask at the beginning. It makes it look actually fancy and not like a rag or something. I don't know. You take the pins, because what happens if you don't iron over it before everything else, the bumps will obviously just come up because fabric, doesn't stay together magically. So you take pins and do that. And the iron is already warmed up. It warms up decently fast. So I'll show you guys after I iron it. But yeah. So first you just iron these bumps down so they actually stay down. So I can carry them over there to sew them the rest of the way. You might have to take the pins out because you have to get the edges too. Because these bumps will come up. It's not like, fabric is very hot when you're ironing it. Just a pro tip. So there we go. It's really quick. Honestly, it doesn't take that long. It's 30 minutes. And I'm trying to make a bunch of these because my dad, at his vet school, they need a bunch of masks for people who can't afford them. So, that's good. Oh, you typed something. What was that? Age grade? Thank you for that. I am in 10th grade, and I'm about to turn 16 in a month. Exactly. Now, so these are the bumps I was showing you guys where you fold them up like that. And this is literally the last step. You just have to sew up on the sides. So after you fold it up, so you know how before it's like this. I don't know what that question means. You fold it up and you fold it up. And then you just sew down again with the KFC. You go down, put this down. This might be loud. Since I actually have a viewer now, you're going to have to deal with that noise. Have fun with that. Actually, I am going to flip it, though, because I don't want the bumps to accidentally come up when I'm sewing it. So you're going to put it down. And that's literally it. And then you have one side. Now, what just happened was string came out. I love when that happens. Honestly, that would be amazing. I don't have any way to make money. That would be amazing, but I don't deserve it, so please don't. I don't even know how that stuff works. I'm stupid as hell. Okay, focus on this. So what happened without this dude commenting, or girl, I'm probably a dude from the sounds of it. The string came out because I'm stupid. So I just gotta fix that real quick. But hey, at least it's the first time this happened, you know, instead of it happening multiple times. Lucky for me. Okay. You go down, you loop it. You have to cut the end because whenever the string breaks, like, you're screwed. So, you know, you can't use that anymore. This is a really old sewing machine that was given to my mom, and so it's not as amazing as it should be. Like, it's kind of stupid. Oh, goodness. Did you really? Well, I wouldn't know because I'm kind of busy trying to sew masks right now and not look at donations. But if you did donate, that's amazing. But that was a waste of your money because I don't deserve it at all. At all. Honestly, I really don't. Use your brain. I'm kind of retarded, you know, mentally. I don't deserve money. But I do appreciate it because I am trying to save money. You know, like a nerd does. I only have like $40. Well, I have 100 in savings actually, so pretty decent. Okay then. Anyways, so you sew through it, get that all fixed. Yeah, very late one, dude. It's, you know, not April Fool's anymore. Okay, anyways, now that he hopefully leaves. Yeah, that's the face I make, sorry. Put this down. And you do it again. You have to do the whole back forward thing. If the string breaks, you have to do it again, obviously, otherwise it won't, you know, work. So all right, much better. It's better. And then we do the next side. String broke again. I love my life so much. That's going to happen a lot when you have an old sewing machine, though, so don't worry about it. You just get to watch me rethread it, and that's cool, right? So you pop this through. Sorry, it's very hard to put, you know, a thread through a needle tip that's like... Sorry, not making an inappropriate joke. This is Pure Town. So that's all I'm trying to do right now is put this thread back in the needle hole, like, you know, a normal, average person would do. There we go. And now you just do the next side. Very simple. Very, very simple stuff here to do. Put this down. Sorry, I couldn't find the pedal. right. All right. Let's hope the string doesn't break so I can get off this live stream. You both. You both. It's probably gonna keep breaking though, because yeah, if you don't know, if you've never sewn, before in your life, like I assume Eisenzargam, then you would know if your string breaks. It's probably because the string is sucky, but whatever. But yeah, that Eisen dude, big brain right there. But yeah, I do have massive social anxiety. Just a pro tip. I only have it sometimes. Other times I'm really cocky. But whenever people are talking or something, and it even sounds like a criticism, it's not that I can't be criticized. It's that I, just anxiety. I don't know. I'm just trying to do this to help people. I don't know. I just think it's nice of me to try. Plus views, if I get any. And that's it, as far as I'm concerned. Make sure this is lifted up, please. Oh, thank you. It didn't break. The gods have praised us. Now, wait, I don't even know what that means. Okay. Gotta unstick it. It's kind of stuck, sort of, a little bit, barely, just kind of stuck. There we go. Easy peasy. Just getting it unstuck now. Because that happens. Oh, that's easy. Yep, there we go. And then you just take something and drag it along the bottom. Sorry, like I said, I knew a problem was going to happen eventually. I just didn't know when. Now we know that. Okay. Got it figured, I think. Just about, I hope. Because about ready for this to be done. We do that. There we go. Okay. Lift it up. All right, and then we just cut it. Boom. Easy peasy. And now we have one side of the mask done. As you can see, it looks really cool, actually, I think. So, yeah. And then we do one more side, and then we're done. But yeah, that's the reason I did a live stream instead of just doing a video. I didn't want to do multiple parts because then it would just, like the whole point of this is to help people. Not really so much for the views. If one person sees this and knows how to make a mask now, good for them. So that's why I'm doing this over normal recording. So, yes. Now put this down. And we're done. That's it. Please. Yep, the string didn't break. That's it. We are done. Mask is complete. So I'll show you guys the final product now. 30 minutes, like I said, didn't take much more, didn't take any less. So now we just stop talking to me. Yes, shut up. Christ. People don't have respect for me. I'm just trying to record. And there's a final product. Looks exactly like the masks I showed you at the beginning. And you just try it over your mouth. So yeah, that's it. That's the mask. Obviously when you tie it, you won't be able to stick your tongue out of it. But yeah, that's the, right now, like I said, I've made all these. So it's pretty cool, I think. But yeah, that's the end of the stream. Just wanted to show you guys how to make masks. It only took 30 minutes, so you could easily do this. It's not expensive at all. If you want to make them to sell to people or to donate or something like that, recommend to only sell them for like $10 because they're not, don't try to rob people of their money. Also, in the masks, we started putting these things so people can bend them around their nose and, be able to wear them more comfortably. This is one my mom made. I think it looks really good, honestly. But yeah, that is the end of the stream. Just wanted to show you guys how to make masks. I'm going to be making a bunch of these over the course of the next few days. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Go check out some of my other videos because I put a lot of work into them. And I mean, I honestly do. The other day I spent hours editing a thumbnail. Well, not one thumbnail, multiple thumbnails, but yeah. So, oh, thank you. See, that's a nice person right there. Thank you. The other guy was like mentally not okay. But you're nice. You're nice. There you go. Well, yeah, that's the end of the stream though. But thank you for watching, even though not a lot of people did. But thank you anyways. And yeah, bye.